and he said, "You forgers of lie, you are worthless physicians." I got up, I said, "Oh, God is talking to me. This result is not my own." I started praising God again. And just because of the result, they were trying to give me a referral. They were trying to refer me to see a gynecologist. But everywhere they would send me to, there was no space for me. They would tell me, "Oh, you can only come 1 year later." I called about 5 places, and then they said, the only opening they have was the 27th of September. I said, okay. I keep praying and telling God, this result is not for me, this result is not for me. So yesterday when I saw that the woman of God was coming here, I knew that it was the end of the day. I knew that when I come here and I go back, this result, when I go for the follow-up, it will be negative in the name of Jesus. And I believe that today it has been cancelled in Jesus' name. Praise the Lord.
Amen. Praise the Lord. And as you believe it, so shall it be. Amen. In Jesus' name. Somebody clap for Jesus. All right, come on, you guys go straight to the point so we can go to other things, okay? God bless you.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. My first testimony is I was opening a can last year, December. So when I was opening the can, the knife just went straight and just chopped my skin off. So I went to the emergency room, but the emergency room, they were so busy, it was on a Sunday. So I was like, let me just go back home. So when I got home, I said, I'm going to pray and the God of Princess Belenji is going to heal me no matter what happens. Because I don't want to go back to the emergency room and moreover, I'm still pregnant to go back there to keep me. So I kept on praying. So the next day, before I slept, in the night, I put on the 3-minute video. I went to the bathroom. I washed the wound when it was fresh. The next day when I woke up, the wound was drying. So when I went to work, my friend was like, you need to put something, you are going to get infection. I was like, no, it's okay, it's going to heal. I was just covering. The next day, the third day, in 3 days, the wound was dry. Even now, it's still dry. Amen. So that's how I got healed. And then my other testimony is when I was pregnant, I didn't know that I had multiple fibroids. So when I went to the doctor said, wow, do you know that you have multiple fibroids? And we don't think you're going to carry the pregnancy to the end because you just don't have smaller fibroids. You have the one that is bigger past 14 centimeters. So we don't think your baby is going to grow because whatever you eat, the fibroid will be taking all the vitamins from the baby. So we are just telling you to prepare yourself. You may give birth early before 9 months. So when I got home, I said, I always believe, and the woman of God always tells us that whatever that you believe, when you get the negative report, you believe in it, so it's going to happen. So I told myself, I said, I'm going to pray, this baby is going to be very healthy. And my prayer always I was praying the anointing that is upon the woman of God, Mrs. Belenzi. It is in this water. As I'm going to take it now, every fibroid that is preventing my baby to grow is going to grow. So the doctor was surprised. Every time I go for the checkup, the heart rate was very low. So they were like, I think you need to give you an emergency C-section. But I'll tell them, no, let me come back, let me go home and discuss it, I'll go back. So they gave me a date. They said, we are going to give you an emergency C-section because the heart rate of the baby is still very low because of the microfibroid to the power. And the other one is the blockage where the Lord is. So we have to give you a C-section. I said, okay. But I was still praying and watching the videos. And it's not just about watching the videos, but also growing in God and reading the Word of God and knowing, having faith. That's the most important thing. So on the day that they told me that they are giving me the emergency section, I said, no, I'm going home to pray. I went back home. Then the next day I went, they said, okay, we can find the heart rate. It's a normal heart rate. We'll just give you maybe 1 week from now. Before the 1 week, I was having contraction. When I went back, they said, no, we are just 3 centimeters, go back home. I went back home. The day of when I was giving birth, they couldn't find her heart rate. They just said, no, we have to go for C-section. So When they brought the water in the room, I said, I'm going to pray the 3-minute video. When they brought the 3-minute video, I drank the water. Before they were about to take me out to go to the C-section, they are screwing the bed for me to go to the emergency section. Then the babies came right there before the doctor was not even ready to wear the gloves or to get ready. The baby just came right there. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. That was a powerful testimony. Come on, guys, help me and go straight to the point. Please. I kept rewinding it. I was rewinding our testimony, fast forwarding our testimony. So the baby came without surgery. Wow. And they would have operated her since. But it's like something kept delaying it. And that's the baby, right? That you're holding. Wow. Somebody clap for Jesus. God bless you, sir.
Praise the Lord, everybody. This is a blessing. I was compelled to come up here. After the lady who my husband discovered going out. And I'm just saying, I almost stopped him. He was hungry. And I'm like, this is your first time here, just wait. And it's not, I've always told him, it's not a conference, this is spiritual. So he said, okay, I just want to go get something to eat. So I just want to say, I am so glad I didn't stop him and he went out there. Obviously, we never know how God can use somebody. So I'm sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, wow. Another thing, this is his first time. My girlfriend from Nigeria, I'm from Cameroon, introduced me to you in November. She sent videos, and at the same time, my home church, my car broke, and I live in the outskirts of Washington, D.C., Gaithersburg. And I couldn't go to my church, which takes about an hour across town. So the timing, I've been trying to be led by the Spirit. And you doing this online ministry kept me connected. So since then, I've been following, sharing with my husband. He lives in Canada, and again, this is a long story. It's been, and he happened to have come in town. He tries to come every 2 months or every month. He just got here this week. He's leaving tomorrow. And watching you in the studio that day, you said DC, and I'm like, what? And he actually intended to leave on Tuesday. But with things going on, he said, I need to be here to see that my family is okay. I just had to come in here. I was sitting comfortably and I just felt compelled that this is not coincidence. And I've been sharing your videos with him. He's a type A, and it sounds like you. No, I don't have time. Look, I'll watch her. So his messenger has piles, but as he's been watching you, he's saying, this woman is powerful.
Amen.
He's from Cote d'Ivoire. I grew up here in America, but I know my culture. I've been back. I'm telling you, everybody has, Bishop Blessings always says, you know, a lot of you have been here, you've grown up with the citizenship, but nothing to show for it. It is, we can't even explain that. Unemployment, back and forth, degrees upon degrees. This is a blessing.
Amen.
It's a blessing. Minister Philip, I watched you teach us the organ and also explain what you saw about this thing. You guys are a blessing.
Amen.
I'm so grateful to be here. And I know that he has changed. He's going to connect. He's a type A. Thank you so much. I just felt God said, you got to say something. Thank you. God bless you.
Wow, somebody clap for this. God is doing something here. I'm just watching, I'm observing. The husband was hungry. She almost stopped him. But when he went out, that's how that woman had to find me again. Wow, and you received the gift of tongues. Remember?
Yes.
That's the lady that said she didn't want to force anything, right? And her mouth was just going, you didn't tell her that testimony.
I thought I did.
You did already, before. But she received the gift of tongues. Are you seeing why God is bringing us to this? So many powerful things here. Come on, sweetie. Come next.
Praise the Lord. Woman of God, I just want to thank you so much for obeying God, because I'm one of the people why God brought you here. I'll cut the whole story short, but whenever I watch you, you normally conduct a deliverance of me in my dream. So there was this deliverance that you did.
The kids.
I think it was on the first week of June, either last week of May or first week of June. You wore this, and you were conducting a deliverance of me, and I think I saw two of them too, but I think there were like 3 other ladies that worked with you, and in the process, I threw up a lot. And I coughed out so many things, and I was just manifesting, you understand, in my dream. And then at some point I started crying, and then you gave me holy water. You told me that I will be okay. So when I started crying, you now said, okay, that you will be here around our area soon. So I said, woman of God, why soon? You said, I said, my friend told me that you will be here sometime in September. I said, September is too far. You said, no, you will be here before that September, and you'll be here very soon. I should be watching out. And then I will call. So 2 days ago, I just called because his sister, because she introduced me to you. So she was like, oh, Princess Galena is coming in next tomorrow. I was like, are you kidding me? I said, God told, I saw her, she told me she was coming soon, but when I woke up, I said it's impossible that I missed the Baltimore, and I missed her when she came to somewhere around PG, because immediately I arrived, they told me you just left 5 minutes ago, so I just gave up. So I was like, it's impossible, but then when she told me, I was like, praising God. I said, God, I know you're bringing her here for me, because she told me in that dream that when she comes, she will conclude the deliverance. So even though I didn't manifest, I didn't speak in tongues, but I know that a lot of things happened in my life, and I just want to thank you.
Wow. She had a dream, and I told her I'm coming soon. Only to find out 2 days later I'm coming. And you were one of the people that God told me you have received, right? So you didn't speak now doesn't mean you didn't receive it. My God. So God already told you I'm coming before I came. I told you 27th. Come on, sweetie. Clap for Jesus.
Praise God. Sorry guys to my English, as we have a spread speaker. Man of God, I thank you so much, you're so special. 2 months ago, my client Dora said she needed a favor from me. I said what? She said she'll travel today, this morning. The car need to pick them around 7 o'clock. So please, if you can come to work around before 6. I said, okay, no problem. That was 2 months ago. So when I follow your program, you say you'll be in DC on the 27th. So since last Monday, I called my agency and asked off. But I text her. I said I'll be there before 6. When the 8 come, I'll leave because I have a program today. She said, okay. I was there at 5:30. So she left. When the 8 come at 8, I leave. I came here. When I sleep there, almost 1 hour ago, I dreamed her as nice and fall inside big sea. I was not fall, I just hold the grain like this. So I turned and looked at my friend. I said, please, can you come and help me? Just push me over. She said, no, I cannot. So she called fire department. When fire department was coming, I see how somebody come and just put the hand like this. Just carry me and just put me over. So I leave. When I came here today, I received my gift of tongue. I received my deliverance. I thank you so much.
Praise the Lord. She said she doesn't speak good English, but I understand you now. That was good. Clap for her now.
Thank you, Mommy. God bless you. Thank you.
You live in her house. You live in her house. The big TV screen. Nobody says anything. You downstairs. Shout! I said, she's
on the mic.
I slept in her house. You live in her house. The big screen TV is on and don't nobody say anything. She's downstairs. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Right there, you see her nowhere. The big screen is there, so you live in her house.
I just want to bless God for my life. When I was coming from Houston, he spoke a word to my life. He said, when you go home, you'll be happy. And from the moment I entered my home, I told Janice, I said, my mommy told me, when I enter my home, I will be happy. There's nothing I got to worry about. And my parents, they was telling me, they told me that, oh, you keep following the woman of God, this and that, and, you know, putting pressure. I said, I don't care about that car that I was taking. I know that the woman of God spoke upon my life that I will be happy. And right there, my husband told me, he said, I'm going to look for a car and I will give you the Mercedes. I said, I know. And when I was coming, I wanted to come to the program because I had a dream. And the dream was wearing a shirt and it was in white. But at the program, I used my sister's car to come to the program. And while I was at the program, you gave me the mic. But she called me, she said, I need my car. And I'm like, how can I leave the program when I'm at the program and you need your car? And when I left the program, I said, no, God, this is not right, because he gave me a scripture. He said, wherever you go, I will go. Your God shall be my God. The people shall be my people. So I prayed to God. And right there, my text there, North Carolina, because they created a group. I said, I was just speaking with it. I said, who want to go to D.C.? And right there, she said, I want to go, but I can't. And she said, I said, Lord, I can't afford it. I said, God, you will change her mind and I will pay her down. And I was speaking everyone into existence. Before I know she drove, she said, I will come. I said, thank you, Jesus. When she came at my house and we make our way down here, I didn't sleep because I was up all night with praying with Bishop Group, the vision. So I couldn't sleep. And while I was in, I said, Father, I won't drive. She would drive here and you give her the strength to drive. So every time I would ask her, do you want me to drive? And she would say, no. I said, thank you, Jesus. I would look at her and say, do you want me to drive? And she said, no. I said, thank you, Jesus. So we make our way here, and I was able to usher without me even sleeping. That's the power of God. And I just say, thank you for the grace that you have given me. God, I use you to upon my life, because I'm speaking faith into existence and things are working for my life. And I just want to bless God for you. And I just want to say, thank you, God. Bless you with grace, and I love you so much.
That's my darling Priscilla. God bless you. You guys remember how she drove 17 hours by herself to the studio, right? You're a popular man. I think they all know you. Every time we do something, the studio should come. Wait, before anybody else. Mr. Philip, remember that her song? Come and sing that your song that Holy Spirit taught you. If you remember that her song, right? Alright, go ahead.
Thank you, Jesus. I just knew she was going to call me, because that's the song I was singing when my sister called me to take her phone. Thank you, Jesus. I know each and every one of us are here for a purpose. My purpose is for God to use me. The grace that He has upon our life, that He's going to use me. That's my daily prayer to Him every day. My connection with her. I know God used her to save my life, and I know He's taking me somewhere. Thank you, Jesus. Father, use me, oh Lord. Father, use me, oh Lord. My soul is burning for you. My heart is open to you. living because I'm tired of the life that I'm living. And when she saw me, she said, oh, you must be tired. Ha. It's by your grace I'm here today. It's by your grace I'm here today. It's by your grace I'm here today. Oh Lord, use me. Father, use me. Oh Lord, Father, use me. Oh Lord, my soul is burning for you. My heart is open to you. My mind is ready for you. Oh Lord, use me. Don't just get your deliverance. When you get your deliverance, stay connected. Stay connected to the Word of God because she teaches us every day to love God. And I see the change within my life. I see the change within me and so many young women loving God. It's by your love I'm here again. It's by your love I'm here again. It's by your love I'm here again. Oh Lord, use me. A party girl like me, I used as a woman of God to change my life. I used to be in the club 24/7. But look at my life now. God made me useful.
This song, I love it so much. Somebody clap for Jesus. I remember when last year, I was in Jacksonville, Florida. I think the day one, she messaged me. It was her birthday or so. And I said, I'm in a program. The next day of the program, I saw this lady. She drove 6 hours from North Carolina, or is it 8 or 6 hours, to Jacksonville, Florida. Because a voice was telling her to kill herself. If she hadn't come to that program, she would have died. And she got her deliverance, and she got the gift of tongues, filled with the Holy Ghost, and since then, she has been different. So sometimes, you see this program that we do, you may not understand, but it saves lives. It's not hospital, doctor. There are some people they can't help you with this. Some spiritual things. It takes God, Jesus, to help you. And if God is leading you, go somewhere, do something. Just go, do it. She drove by herself with a voice speaking Susa to Jacksonville, Florida. And since then, and I'm not surprised when they say she loves me. God puts the love of that person in your heart, so you stay connected. Otherwise, it's so easy to not stay connected. Because God is still working on you. There's still a lot of things He's doing. The first deliverance may not be all. Like somebody said, that whole family has benefited. Sometimes you need a strong covering too. Because there's a steady arrow that they're shooting. Some of you know the family you come from. It's maybe your father is a little priest, or your brother or uncle. There's a shrine in your house back home. I know what I'm saying. I've prayed for a lot of people from Africa that there's a steady arrow coming. You are free from here. Another one come. Trust me, I'm Nigerian. I pray for a lot of people from Nigeria, Cameroon, Sierra Leone. They know the family they came from. connected, and it's not just one program that does it. They keep coming. They love God, they live for God. It's by God's grace that they are still alive. That's why God brought, see, all this lady was saying, the church service, our daily, it's almost every day now. It's even more than what you do in church. It's 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours. Some church services are 1 hour, 2 hours. Look at this 12 hours. You've been here since morning, we're still here. Some of you are looking at time and say, "Child, it goes so end, no, Father, why?" It goes by quick. And it's not just an empty meeting, it's a meeting full of power. There's power. And you can feel it, even as you're sitting. You have this peace. You can't explain. You probably haven't sat this long in a long time. But as I'm here, I'm feeling like there's a transformer in my body. This is power. And you guys, Janelle had a dream once, and he told her the anointing is what? It rubs off on people. So as I'm here, you are connecting. You are receiving. You don't know. Even this chair I'm putting on, how many people are planning to sit in when I get up? When I went to Germany, day 3 was so powerful. The way I'm feeling now was how I was feeling there. I did not know the pastor was planning the chair for his wife. Pastor Emmanuel, I love him, clap for him. By the time I finished and got up to leave, one small 3-year-old or 4-year-old boy, we don't know where he came from. PM just came and sat down. As the mother said, "Get up, get up." He said, "No." The boy eye changed, everything changed. I said, "Leave me alone." He said, "Child, I wanted this chair for my wife." The boy sat like a big man and said, "No." It's like power or something came over him. Pastor Emmanuel had to beg me. I had to visit the church again before I went back. And when I finished, I said, "Pastor, are you guys ready before I get up?" The wife stood right beside me. And this is a part of God that has a big church that has been doing this for over 20 years. But there's something he sees. He recognizes something. Me, when I first got anointed, I thought it was normal. I thought everybody was like this. Because I came from the clubs to this. I don't know anything. It was Pastor Isaac that when he came to my life, he said, "Woman of God, don't be like that for everybody. You're all different." I said, "Really? So you mean people are not anointed like this?" He said, "No. That's why I came here to collect." You know, that's why I didn't tell you. Even when he was doing deliverance yesterday, well, I call him the millionaire pastor. Because he prayed for somebody, 7.3 million came. 2 other people, one is expecting 2.8 million. The demon said, "You got it from her, she got it from him." Meaning, he got the gifts from me, I got it from Bishop. I said, "You get that from me, but me, I'm not see 7.3 million. I don't know what they're saying. I even told my followers yesterday to also, I said, "You better collect from him because he's been praying for you. I'm not going to say 1 million. You know? So when you see it, like I could be sitting here quiet and everything, but I'm not really quiet. I'm talking to God. Everything you're saying. God made me like this today so we can hear all of you. If not, normally you don't hear me. Some of you are waiting. This one just quiet today. What's happening? Don't be me. Don't be me. It is God. This meeting was ordained by even Bishop. I told him I'm not doing it again. The next day came. He said, "You, I know you. When you say you will do something, why did you even come?" I said, "Sorry, sir. You know, I was just trying to consider what if we're going to be doing these things that we're doing." Do you see what I'm saying? So So I'm happy I came because I know after tonight there will be promotion for me again in this week. And I will still release gifts for you tonight before you go. Don't you like when angel gives you gifts? You collect everything today before you go. The gifts, the way they walk, you may not know what you receive. Your hand won't change, nothing. But my dear, that contract you'll be waiting for. That's your paper that you filed for how many years in their home. Boom, your paper is approved. Things that have been hanging for a while, suddenly, spiritual things, they don't write it on your forehead.
That's right.
But something has happened somewhere.
That's right.
Come on, sir. So we have how many more? Well, this line is long one. I love testimonies. 3 more. Okay. Speak louder and don't run from me. Why are you guys going that way? Something pushing you out. Stay close to me, okay?
Praise the Lord, Mama Grace. I love calling you Mama Grace because anybody who gets close to Mama Grace, there's a grace that comes on you. Hallelujah. I don't even know how to start, but I will start with the last revelation that God gave me, and I told you about it. I saw Mama Grace climbing stairs after the fasting, and this is a long stairs. She kept climbing. She was tired. We were all like looking. We were like, oh, I'm like, oh my God, stop, Mama Grace. Oh, stop. But she's determined, going, and she was sweating. And she came to the stairs, the top. I mean, the very top, can't even see her. And she sat down, and she saw some people already climbed, and they were like relaxing, they were talking. And she said, pushing them, come on, what are you looking? Go, we haven't finished, go, let's just pushing us. And oh my God. And God started telling me about the dream. The God said, look at her. This woman never gave up. If she's tired, she keep going. Midnight she's there. Morning she's there. By time you go on Facebook, she's there. 24, 12, 8, whatever. She's not tired, but she's still growing and growing. Look at her and follow her. I said, thank you, Jesus. I will follow her. I will follow her. Because this grace, whenever you follow this grace, there's nothing that you will miss. In the name of Jesus. Thank you, Mama Grace. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know what you've done in such because our lives. Me like this, oh my God. When I met Mama Grace, this cough, I don't know where this came from. I was coughing for years. From 2016 to 2017, when I have gone to the doctor, they said glaucoma, they said asthma, they said go do this, I will cough and I will be pain, I can't even go to work. If I go to work, I will cough, I'll mess up, I will send me home. My goodness, I couldn't work anymore. My money was gone because from hospital to hospital. Now my doctor is like, maybe the environment is not good for you, so move. So I said, okay. And my friend is in Freud. I said, maybe Virginia has something, so come to Freud and change it. I went to Freud. That was the second month that I started. Okay, let me start from here. The first day that I saw his video. The second day I dreamt about me and her somewhere in Africa. We meeting big dignitaries. The president, I mean, dignitaries. I'm like, what? Me with her? Oh my God, what is this? So I was like, huh? God, me and her with big dignitaries. I was shocked. But they were calling me something. Like, it's a Nigerian name. I'm like, but that is not my name. So I'm like, and they're calling Mrs. something. I'm like, oh my God, I am not Mrs. this name that they are calling. But I am following her everywhere we go. I mean, this president that they again, oh my God, Mama Grace is changing my name. I said, thank you, Jesus, that I'm following Mama Grace and we're meeting. I mean, everybody that met us, we were like, oh, who is this person? I mean, dignitaries. After that dream, after I'm telling following her, then I went to Florida.
we were praying, and she said she wanted to bless water. And she blessed water, and I started vomiting blood. My friend that I went to visit, she wasn't there. So I'm like, oh my God, what is happening to me? And I heard a voice that you have delivered. This cough is gone. I said, thank you, Jesus. I didn't cough that day anymore. When I came back, I started coughing again. She called me on a video. She prayed for me. Like, the reason why I'm telling you this, sometimes they will pray, you wish that nothing will happen, but something has happened. She prayed for me, Mama Grace, if you remember. I started laughing. She said, why are you laughing? I said, it's gone. I didn't shake. Nothing moved. I didn't feel anything, but I felt that I was healed. And since then, I'm saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. This demonic cough, whatever it is gone forever. From 2006 and 17, I am free. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I don't know what to say, Mama Grace, but what I wanted to tell you, brothers and sisters here, my God, brought this woman here because of us. Yes, because of some people like us. If not because of me, I know every day. It's because, like she was saying, the arrows 24/7 trying to me 24/7. I don't know what I've done today. If you ask me about my enemies, I don't even know them. But they trained arrows to me 24/7, but she keeps saving us. She keeps saving us. Anytime I take sleep, I'm going like she's already there. I say, woman, want to sleep? Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for the grace. Thank you that responded because of us. Because of us, and I love you so much. I love you. God bless you. And give me the strength and the anointing to bless people like us. God bless you. God bless you.
Praise the Lord. Somebody clap for Jesus. Come on, Joey. Come on.
Praise God. Thank God I'm here today with all of you. So amazing. Thank you, Sister Bill. And I'm so happy that I'm here today and everybody is here. Thank God for that. It's a blessing.
Yes.
I wasn't planning to be here, but God did it so. The funny thing, if we tell testimonies and you are not into God for real, you will say, oh, look at them lying. But if you come closer, you will know God is there. In 2017, I was watching Sister Billy testimonies of the show on Facebook in 2017. A friend of mine asked me to share the video so we can watch it together. I was like, man, why are you wasting my time and your time watching these Nigerian people? They're lying. You know? So I was like, why you let them lie to you? So, you know, and I refused for sure. I didn't watch the video. But thank God, just watch I'm here today, kneeling down here, ask them to pray for me. What amazing. By then, hey, God is so great. Amen. And if everybody feel like me, if you ever feel like me, just figure something out. And you will learn. Another thing, I will give thanks to God before I know Sister Billy was coming here. Since 2017, I never heard him, I never watched his videos or something. But recently, a friend of mine, you know, 2017, my stuff was good, you know, I got a lot of money. I go to club, I don't worry about God, doing drugs, everything. Whatever bad thing you know, I used to do it. But you know, and then my things start getting bad, and I start crying, and I start thinking, oh my God. Now, though, I used to have a lot of friends. All my friends, they disappeared. They all gone. I'm like, oh my God. Where's all those people that was here? Nobody I can see. So after all, I just put myself together, and I seek God as a friend. And that's why I'm here today. There is a friend of mine in Michigan. He introduced me to Brother Ferris. Paris Gospel. And then from Paris, that's when I came back to build one more again. So, you know, I know today there is a party in Houston. You know, they are praying over there. So I was planning to go there, but I was like, my God, how am I gonna go there? You know, it's just like, oh, it's not gonna happen. Worcester is so far. But in some days later, Billy she posts a flyer that she's coming to DC. I'm like, God, are you kidding me? That's not what I'm seeing right now, what I was just thinking 1 minute ago. And I was like, no. So in the back of my mind, I was curious, oh, she's not gonna make it. No, me, I'm thinking something different, something wrong with my mind. But thank God I was here. And this is a good thing that I'm here, and I thank God. And God is real, guys. Amen. He's so real. Amen. I can't say a lot of things, but you know, yes, I spoke in tongue. This is because there is a lot of testimonies I can tell you. You know, since I start knowing you and I follow your videos at home, a lot of changes come to me. And maybe those videos, they bring me here today. And if somebody watching video out there, don't think that where she is where there is a miracle. Miracles are by your TV, they are everywhere. A few days ago, I was even asking God to pray for other people on the continent of Africa. I was speaking in tongues, suddenly. You know, if I start speaking in tongues, I was laughing at myself, my own self. I'd be laughing. I'm like, what is this? It sounds weird to me. It sounds so make up, you know. I thought it was a makeup, I'm making shit up. But after all, the other day I have a small Bible I had in my bag over there. My friend used to tell me, you need to have a Bible with you. You need to have a Bible with you. A lot of people tell me that. So one day I just got a Bible and I sleep with my Bible. And then one thing I was feeling my body was hot, you know. After I pray with Billy, and you know, I'm itchy and all that, you know, and then I start waking up. When I wake up, I start praying normal prayer, just like, oh God, you know, I need you and all this. And then I start speaking in tongues. So I was walking around the house speaking tongues. I was like, okay, man, just walk. You know? So, and then today it became even more, it really walked. Thank you, God. Thank you, everybody.
His name Billy. He gave me a name Billy. Oh my God, God bless you. That was fun. Come on, Zoe. Good evening, everyone. I've been struggling to come to give this testimony because the crowd, at times I'm shy. You're shy? Yeah. Actually, I did not know the woman of God, but I have a friend of mine. She is online watching me right now. So she keeps sending me videos of you. So I always mock her. I say, which video did you send it to me? And she'll say, oh, it's a woman called Belima. So I always mock her that, oh, Belima's daughter. So one day, I was in a house like 10 o'clock in the night. I was sleeping on the couch, and for some reason, I just got a phone call from my brother, and the phone call woke me up. When I wake up, I feel like using the restroom, but I've had miscarriages before 2 times, and it happens the month that is like very close to my birthday, like 1 week or 2 weeks to my birthday, and then I would just have a miscarriage. So I wake up from the sleep and I went to the bathroom to ease myself. I was bleeding, and I was like 2.5 months pregnant. So I was confused. I could not even think of calling emergency, and for some reason my heart just went to this my friend Sally. And I called her. I said, Sally, this is what is happening to me this night. This is what is happening to me this night. And before she sent me a video, like an audio, It's a prayer audio. I just opened the thing, glanced at it, and I just forgot about it. So that night when I called him that this is what is happening to me, and she said, Sana, go get that audio, go get that audio. So I immediately went to my phone, looked for the audio, and she said, get a cup of water. So I grabbed a cup of water, and I played the audio. After the audio finished, I drank the water. That day, I don't know. Immediately I drank the water and I rushed back to the bathroom to just check on myself. As God would have it, the bleeding just stopped. Just like that. I did not be there. And I was confused. I said, just this water. And I called my friend again. I said, Sally, the bleeding just stopped. She said, yes, I know the bleeding will stop. So since that day, in my shop, in my bedroom, in my living room, all over the house, I have like gallons of water. I prayed on the water, and the water was all over my house, in my workplace, in my shop, all over my house is that water I'm drinking every day. I've been drinking that water now. My pregnancy is like 22 weeks, and nothing has happened to me. Nothing has happened to me. But for some reason, I got comfortable. And a week ago, I just lay back and forget about the water. So this past Tuesday, I was sleeping again. I wake up and went to the bathroom. For some reason, I started bleeding again. I said, not again. So this time I did not call my friend. I went back to my bedroom, grabbed the water, started drinking the water. That same night I started drinking the water again, everything just stopped. And it just happened that yesterday I had a doctor's appointment. Everything is fine, my baby is fine, everything is fine. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything. I have just one time to permit me, another one. So from the experience that I have from the water, I have my younger sister in Africa. And for some reason, she was having fibroid, and they took him to the hospital. They did surgery on her. And everything was fine after the surgery, and she went home. A day after, her stomach started paining her, and she started throwing up, a whole lot of things, and they are in Africa. So my mom called me over the phone that, oh, we are rushing your sister to the hospital. We came home, but this is what is going on. She's throwing up, doing all kind of things. So I was confused, and something just spoke in my ears. That water. But my mother is somebody that is not like this social media thing. If even I send the video to her, she will not even find the video. So I thought about my younger sister. She is into these kind of things. So I sent the video to my younger sister. I said, this video, just bless water and give it to my sister. And trust me, when they rushed with my sister to the hospital, the doctor that did the surgery said there is nothing he can do. And he was the one that did the surgery. And my mother was crying, confused. And for some reason, I said, Africa, he did the surgery. Now there is complication. He said there is nothing he can do. So I told my sister, please. He said, oh, I don't have, my phone is not charged. I said, whatever you can do to charge that phone, you need to charge that phone. That audio that I've sent to you, play that audio, bless the water, and give it to her. So my sister did as I said. And for some reason, as soon as my younger sister drank that water, everything just stopped. All the throwing up, it was a whole lot, everything just stopped. From that day, they just discharged my sister. Up till now, nothing is wrong with my sister. So my mother just decided to bless a whole lot of water, sprinkle it all over our house in Africa. So I just thank you, woman of God. I thank you. I was in Baltimore, but I did not have the privilege to give this testimony today I say no, I must give this testimony. Thank you for everything. You have been a blessing to me. If today I'm keeping this pregnancy up to this stage, I know it's your prayers that is keeping this pregnancy for me. Because 2017, 2018, it went just like that. But I thank God today, I'm still going on in this pregnancy. Thank you.
It's okay, I just need to touch your belly. You will not lose this one. You will not lose anyone again. That spiritual husband is gone. You are free in Jesus' name. Hold that, please. My God. This is what I would let the pregnant woman fall. Something happened to her. Hold that, baby. She's a pregnant woman. Don't let her belly knock the floor. She's pregnant. Oh. More people hold her. More, even if you're not usher, help. Hey. She's free. Thank you, Jesus. Are you sharing? Hallelujah. That thing that was causing it was still hiding me. But now it's gone. She's free. Because you're not supposed to be drinking water every day for your belly to sleep. One time should be good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Come on, sweetie. Who's the next person? Clap for Jesus for this one. You are free, sweetie. Come on.
Praise the Lord. I want to thank you for the gift of tongues because I've been forging with tongues. I used to envy people who used to do it. So every time I was online, I go, oh my God.
Did you guys hear what she said? She's been faking tongues, right? Give us example of the fake one.
For instance, like the ones I hear other people say. Yeah. I hear those a lot, so I also used to but I knew it was not real. So one day I was in the kitchen playing, we were online live. So I had my phone in the kitchen table, and then the real one came. The real one came because I felt it came with a vibration, and it was not a forged one. It just came, abruptly. So I made it come, and then it said, it said flowing, and then my daughter said, "Mommy, what is wrong with you?" And then it went. I tried again, I tried to get it back, and it refused to come. So I said, okay, let me let it go until the time is right. So when we came here and you asked us to kneel down and you asked us to start talking, I opened my mouth and I said, forging, of course. I said, okay, now let me first start with mine, but I think the other one will come. So I started with mine. After some time, my eyes started tearing. Tears started coming out of my eyes. I knew something was happening because it was uncontrollable. So tears were coming. I said, it is coming today. So the real thing came. So I thank God for that. Again, at the beginning of this year, I was on the phone at midnight. I live in Baltimore, so I was on the phone with a pastor in Uganda, from Uganda. So he was talking to me and he told me that I was telling him something totally different, and then he started telling me, you know what, there's someone in your clan who is doing some witchcraft things against you. the person wants you back to go back to Uganda. The person wants you to go back and be very poor. The person is like, why is she in America? I know you're over here. So I was like, wow. And then towards the end of January, the woman of God announced a 3 days fast for the witch must die. I said, I have to take back. That witch has to die. I took that. After the 3 days fast, I had a dream. And in that dream, worms were falling out of my braids. I had braids at the time, so worms, because normally when I have dreams, they're dreams of way back in high school, in the village. But this time, when I was having that dream, I had braids at the time, so I was seeing myself the way I am today, with those braids, and worms were falling out of the braids, so it was interpreted to me that I had got a deliverance. So I thank you for that. The fast. I'm grateful that I took part in the freedom for which must die. So I used to call back and ask, has anyone died? Has anyone died? So I don't know if that person died or not. And then one time I had a dream. I was with you and another lady who I don't really know, and we were talking about our sons. So I was telling you that I wish I'd said praying for my son when he was 3 years old, because my son was diagnosed with to be on the autism spectrum. So recently when you prayed, I was online listening and you prayed on audio. And then in the middle, somewhere in there you say God had told you that autism comes from the marine world. And you prayed for water. Since then, every day I pray, I go back to that prayer and pray for that water and give my son. And every time I greet him, I just see he calms down because he's very, very active. So every time he drinks that water, something happens. So I know that he's going to be free very soon.
Your son is free in Jesus' name. This woman, clap for this one. For the funny one. Don't be faking tongues. Come on, sir.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
I want to thank the Lord for my deliverance today. I struggled before coming out though. I heard her clearly. She said, when you don't come out and testify, the demons will come back. I had come back. I said, I've been battling with menstrual cramp, pain all the time, every day. Pain in my womb, during my period, before my period, after my period, always in pain. When I came in here, I was in pain. I said, Lord, I'm in God's house today. God is here. I will be delivered. I will be free today. So I pray with my strength. I pray with all my heart. I raise my hand up. I look at Jesus. I say, heal me today. Deliver me today. I was tearing. Water coming out my eyes. I was coughing. My womb, I pressed it. If it's fibroid, it was coming, burst out. I pressed it when you say, put your 2 hands on your stomach. I put my 2 hands there. I want to be free today. And I am free. So the tears was coming out. I was coughing. I have a lot of tissue. The lady gave me so many. I was spitting everything, pressing the stomach, pressing it down. I saw that it went down. I used to be very bloated. It went down, yes, the stomach went down. And I was just sitting down and I was telling the lady beside me, I'm supposed to come out. I feel like I'm free. But I heard it will come back. I said, I have to go and testify and give God the glory. So I just want to thank God for my deliverance.
To God be the glory. Somebody clap for Jesus. He said, her belly even went down. As she was talking, God kept telling me, it's time for your deliverance. I keep hearing it's time for your deliverance. You know when God tells you to do something, I didn't know this is how He would do the deliverance. But look at her, I didn't touch it. Did I touch you? No. But right there, you were coughing and your belly went flat. and you are free. And you don't want it to come back, so you came to shame the devil. That's right. Come on, son. God bless you. Clap for him.
This morning when we met, I said to you, I said, my wife listening to your video. She take them in the bathroom, you sleep with them, you know, your voice is all over the house. But she encouraged me to be part of this meeting today. In fact, I've been struggling back there. I'm supposed to have been to a meeting in PA. Having to be, what I call myself, some real Liberian somewhere. And when you mention Liberia, this country was founded on Christian principles. That's what they told us. But we drifted away from God and wickedness brought to our country. And my existence today as a human being is through the glory of God. Actually, I've been dead a long time ago. But God made it possible, brought us from the cross into here. Look how wonderful it is that those days missionaries used to live here and go to Africa. Now we're having great people coming from Africa in to tell them about God, the very God that they told us about. But they are all great people. But we'll be great people in this country, and I believe that.
Where's your laptop?
Sorry.
Hold on. Let's change the battery. Yeah.
If there was a liar, that's why he wanted to shut me down.
The battery here doesn't last. You change it like 4 times.
So not to make long matter, to make it shorter, I want you to lift our country in praise. That both Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, we all face the same challenges as countries in West Africa: hunger, economic calamities, diseases, and other things. So please lift those countries into your prayers. And I also specifically want to pray for my wife. She's here, Frances. She wanted to go to Texas to see you. She told me that we'll go to Texas. I said, to do what? She said, this lady, you know what voice you're hearing every day, we want to see her. Then yesterday, a day before, she told me what the lady's coming to DC. And as God will help me, the ambassador, Liberian ambassador, invited me and my wife to attend the 172nd Independence Day celebration. You see me, I still got my flag locked up to my situation. And so we were told that he's going to be here. We've been here since this morning. I would have been weak by now, but God still holds me strong. And I want you to also live my daughter. I could start telling my story. Maybe it will, the night will not hold us all here. My daughter was going to Maryland University, just next door. We paid out of pocket almost $24,000. $13,000, 2.5 semesters for a grad to graduate. They told us that she cannot be in school because we cannot pay $13,000. But I know God is still in control. He's going to find a way out of this. I run a business called Carrying Angels, just to glorify God, because my existence, as I told you, is by the grace of God. And everything that I touch is to bless somebody, to help somebody. So I call it Carrying Angels. And except you have the passion to do healthcare, you cannot be a nurse, you cannot be anything. You have to be loving and caring. So to glorify God and then be Carrying Angels. So please leave this business in your prayers as well. Thank you.
Praise the Lord. Go ahead, Sister. So when we're doing the deliverance prayer, did you and your wife put your hand on your stomach?
Yeah, we tried to, but mine is so big.
If they try to to put their hand in the stomach, but it's only too big. Because if you did, then you are free. I mean, where is the wife saying? You put your hand in your stomach. When we're praying. And you don't believe you are free. That's right. That's right. Because your husband came for prayer request, not testimony. But that's because this is his first time. And God kept him. I remember when I came from the taxi, he came to greet me. He said he will go and then come back. So since that time you've been here, you couldn't leave. He said he wanted to go, she prayed, Holy Ghost, arrest him. And you have been arrested since that time. God is doing something in this season. Husbands are staying. Clap for Jesus. Your daughter will graduate. The money will come miraculously. In the name of Jesus. Your wife is free, you are free. And all the countries you mentioned, God will intervene. Jesus. As I have said it, so shall it. Come on, sir.
Praise the Lord. Like Bishop will always say, the devil is a bastard. When the woman of God posted that she was coming to DC, I was excited, and I told God that in all the programs that I've been to, I've never had the opportunity to actually serve. And I just said it that, God, if I can attend the program, I would definitely like to join the choir. I cannot sing, I know my voice is bad, but I can try. She was like, okay. So yesterday, I didn't actually have any plans to go out because I was saying that I saw on the flyer saying that if you wanted to join the choir, you had to be at 9 o'clock. But the devil, no, he did it. So I went out with my friends and I was even asking God for forgiveness because I did what I was not supposed to do. And I slept and I woke up past 9 o'clock. And I was worried and I said, God, I was asking you that I wanted to join the choir and you said, okay. But look at the time and the devil kept on saying, well, you can't make it. Look at what you did the previous night. I was like, okay. I showed up here at actually 11:04. So when I showed up here, I was just sitting down. And then, I think Janelle, she was like, they need more people in the choir. And God was like, you see? I was like, oh my God, thank God, thank God. So I was like, I want to actually join the choir. She was like, okay. And Ms. Philip, I thank you. I came late, but I've learned what we wanted us to learn. So I sat over there, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to testify. And the lady that testified that she was able to travel here and that she's ushering. And I was like, so you're really going to sit there and not testify? I was like, you know what, okay, let me get up. So I just want to give God the glory. I had prayed for this moment to be able to serve, and God has made it possible that I'm able to join the choir today.
Praise the Lord, God bless you. She's so honest. She said she went out yesterday and she did something that she was not supposed to do. How many people normally say those kind of things? No, I'm serious. When I was preaching, there was a way she kept looking at me while I was preaching. Like looking at me with feeling bad. Right? You've been looking at me like that. And I said, Father, what did this one don't do? What has this one done?
I actually went out and...
It's okay. No, when you said it, it made sense. It's okay, sir. You are free. In Jesus' name. Amen. Come on, sir. Clap for him.
Thank you, Nick. I have a few testimonies, but I promise to be shorter than my lovely wife. And that's my first testimony. We've been married over more than 4 years. And yeah, she's great, Anita. And one of the the first things I found out is that she's a great cook. So I was thinking we'd be, making pizza and hamburgers and hot dogs. No, it was fufu and goose and ugala and achu, that's a Cameroonian dish, and jollof rice. But she's still a great cook. One of the things that I have to thank her for is that I didn't intend to stay the whole time. I've never been to like a 12-hour Balema event. And so she was very happy that when you said, Jeff's Hotspot, who is that? And I'm like, right here. She said, now you gotta stay because they're using the internet. Amen? Amen. All right, so I'm very grateful that I was able to be finally speak in tongues. My wife has been, amen. All we hear around the house is balema, balema, balema. And sow a seed, sow a seed. Seed. I have so many seeds I can start a farm. But that is awesome. But my main testimony is that vindication. About 16 months ago, in March of 2018, I'm sorry, an evil Haman at my job demoted me for no reason at all, tried to get me fired, but I was able to keep my job, but at a much lower position. Well, I didn't take that because it wasn't right, and I went to the board of directors, and just earlier this week, they told me they had reached their decision and they needed to tie up a few loose ends with me, but they couldn't tell me because they had to talk to me personally, but I'm 100% sure that I'm going to be restored and even more. Amen. Amen. And that devil is a bastard. Amen. That's what she said. Amen. All right. You'll be seeing more of us. Amen. Amen.
Praise the Lord. That result that you expected is what it will be in Jesus' name. Wow. Today is so different though. I'm actually enjoying myself. Please enjoy themselves. God is amazing. God is the one doing the program. Come on, sweetie. Next person. We have so many people that are happy that they received the gift of tongues. My God, I'm still vibrating. There's still so much power for you guys. My God, come sweetie, come closer. You guys come close now so that the camera can be. Don't be afraid. I thought we've done deliverance. What are you saying on me? Let's see something there. Come on now.
Praise God. Hallelujah. Praise God again. Hallelujah. I've been sitting there listening to each and every testimony. And when there's a lady in Wawi at the Festival of Fire in Princess Belemsi's room. And she was talking about how God delivered her and now she's okay and she's doing things that she didn't know she would do. The lady who, she said, drove 6 hours, something speaking to her to commit suicide. So something was telling me, you have to talk. You have to talk. Actually, I have to talk because my life itself is a testimony. When my mother was pregnant with me,
are you the one that I did deliverance for the Festival of Fire? Hey! That's your sister or you? How was that? The one that the witch started confessing? She looks so different. Who recognized her? That was a powerful deliverance. That they put something on your head or something. Was there something? Oh, so you are here. I was looking at her and she looked familiar. All right, should we continue?
So, when I was in my mother's womb, actually my mother carried me for more than the normal gestation period, more than 10 months. And something like somebody had to speak for her to go through labor pain and have me.
So already there was a force fighting me before I was born. And then, just to fast forward everything, when I came into the country, I was working in a group home in Maryland. I'm from Baltimore. So I was working in a group home in one of the cities. And then one day, my sister introduced me to your videos when I came here. But I didn't have enough time, like I was missing the contact time. So one day I had a dream of you visiting me in my dream and snatching, actually you took away the house keys where I was working, away from me. So after that, something just started pushing me like, I have to leave, I have to leave. I have to leave, I'm going back to Baltimore. So I called my sister and told her, I have to leave. This work is so much stressful and I'm hypertensive. I think I can pass out, I have to leave. And it was so much that I actually packed out and go. And before I did that, they had 2 groups home. So the other group home that I was working in before they took me to the other one, caught fire just a day after the dream and burnt down, which means I was supposed to be there when the house was burning. So I went back to Baltimore and I started being steadfast in the videos. It was during the tour. And I was now unemployed, so I had all the time. And it was so much I could manifest every day until I had to bring in a bucket into my room. Every time my sister was at work, I could watch the videos live and manifest, and I puked a lot, every time. So there's a time you called out those who want to speak in tongues. And I had the earphones on the tablet. So when you started speaking in tongues, it's like you were speaking right into my head. And you were speaking in tongues, and you were speaking in tongues, and I started vibrating, and I started speaking, and I started speaking, and I couldn't control it. I started speaking. That was my first time. And during that time, we were already planning to go to the Festival of Fire, but due to some reasons, everything was just an obstacle. So that was my prayer item. I need to be in that festival. I have to be in that festival. So during the Festival of Fire, after the 3 days, there was that one man. I went back and watched that video. And I told God, you put me in that family for a reason. Because my father is a polygamous man, 4 wives and almost 40 children. Some have gotten salvation, yes. But it's like I was meant to be the contact person in that family. Because everybody was caged. Right from my dad to everyone. So it's been a struggle. So that day I got my deliverance, which started in Baltimore when you came. You came to Baltimore, to Maryland, not Baltimore, to Maryland. And then that is when I started manifesting, and that day, actually I didn't know a live person could really come out and speak. I watched that video and I couldn't believe it. And then something happened. I went blank, like my spiritual life died from that time. A whole month, it's like I was living in limbo. I lost all appetite of watching any videos. I couldn't pray. I was just spiritually dead. Until one day I told my sister, and I was really struggling. I told my sister, I'm not feeling myself anymore. I'm dead spirit. Something happened to me after the delivery. So as I was speaking to her and she was just encouraging me, she was telling me, you know, you are the person who's supposed to free our family. You can't afford to like go dead or dry. So I realized something happened to me that shook the kingdom of the devil. And the witch didn't want to go like hands down. So just like she said, every time you receive a deliverance, double arrows are shot. Yes. So that day I went to church, and during the preaching and the prayers, something was just speaking to me, and my tears were coming out, and I was just saying, you need to go back to your prayer closet. You need to go back to your prayer closet. You need to go back. And since I went back to the prayer closet, it's like God ignited something that Bishop Blessings imparted on us. Those who wanted the powers to go out there and do something. So when I was sitting there during the deliverance, I realized, in fact, my deliverance started when I was still in the house. My sister went to work and was supposed to be here. So I just decided I'm going to start the program online. And when we are doing the first prayer, the first deliverance, it's like you told people to start speaking in tongues. So when I started speaking in tongues, and then I went silent. And my head started knocking on the bed, left, right, left, right, left, right, and I started pulling out things. I pulled out my hair and things. I was just pulling out things. And in the middle of that, my sister called me. Are you guys ready? Because I'm just coming in there and I'm picking you guys and we are going. We are already late. And I said, God, I need to be there. I need to be there. I need to be there. So my deliverance was so powerful, that immediately after that, when now we were calling on the Holy Spirit to come, I'm still vibrating, like I'm just sitting there and I'm still vibrating. It was so powerful, I don't even know what to do. I just want to say thank you.
I'm sorry. She said after that deliverance and festival of fire, it's like she went blank. And she lost interest for the videos and everything. You see, witches, if they don't die, they are coming back strong. So, you see, all of this DC that I came to, I've just seen many things. I didn't even know a lot of you guys live here or around here. But as you were standing there, I saw the glory of God over you. That's why I kept looking like this. I see it, it's like a cloud over you. You have received a heavy anointing today. Remember when I was saying a heavy anointing is coming that made me fall? She said she's still vibrating. She came near me and I'm vibrating seriously. God has anointed you to fight that family, that demon, that witch. I don't need to do anything. Like I have to look. I don't know if you guys saw me. I'm looking at her. I just saw the glory of God. Wow. This program was for you. She's going to be a powerful woman of God. I hear mighty woman of God. I don't know if you guys remember that deliverance. She said a lot. Have we like streamed it recently, or we're planning to, right? But we haven't. I was even wondering what happened to the lady.
2 months ago.
Oh, that deliverance was long. I said the witch be confessing what she is, and she was looking. We couldn't hear you. You are free. I just saw like a cloud. I was looking like this. And like, God bless you. Somebody help her. It was a heavy anointing for her received. And God will use you mightily. Jesus' name. This is powerful. Let me tell you guys something before I get to it. Why God told me to preach that message about that man. My bishop just messaged me. He says, great program. Bishop blesses our someone clap for him. He's busy running around trying to get stuff ready for tomorrow. He's watching. And he said, great program. Because he was listening to some of you guys. And of course, the power of God. See, when you do a program and God moves, you don't understand. There are some programs they do talk, nothing they have. When I was finishing that message and God was telling me to do the deliverance like this, I looked at the time. I said, Father, it's so early. What am I going to do for the rest? He said, don't worry, wait. I'm now looking at time. I don't even know how time got to line something. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? This is God's program. He has already planned it. We've heard some amazing, life-changing testimonies. People are still feeling power that they received. And she stood there, I heard it, they said, this program was for her. Every time I go to a program, somebody mighty gets fished out. Somebody big that is going to be used. I don't even know her. This is my second time seeing her. Come on, sweetie. This woman came all the way to Bahamas with her friend, right? Clap for her. Bahamas was the most difficult program I have ever done. They almost killed me in that place. Once I landed there, they knocked hammer on my head. They won't give me a headache. You guys remember? I entered limo, instead of me enjoying limo, I want to vomit in limo. I was asking them, give me a cup, I want to vomit. And I remember, I said, wait, who am I again? Sometimes you know you can forget small. I said, I want to pray. I prayed. I said, Father, you told me to come here. Why am I going through this? He said, but I have given you the power. Command whatever you want. And I just started raising my hand like this. And I took over that territory. And instantly, they were in the limo with me. The headache left. It's like it was walking away. Slowly. And I was back to myself. But this woman came all the way from America. And we had, oh my God, Janelle saw 3 of the archangels that follow me and protect me. Michael, Gabriel, Uriel. You saw that, right? And there was light that came on me that there was no light around me. And it showed in the video. Many of you saw Bahamas was powerful. An angel even showed online that somebody screenshot it. Did you see that angel to the left? It was so visible. How many of you saw that picture? When God sends you somewhere, the way that He shows up is different from the way you are thinking. It was so powerful. Even this one is so powerful. That one is still there. An angel arrests him and the Holy Spirit. The wife free. No, they go anyway. You're still there. He will be here till 11. Come on, sweetie. Let's quickly do it, okay? So we have some other choir to present them. We have them. Get your offering ready. When you finish, you give offering.
Thank you, woman of God. Praise the Lord, everyone. Praise the Lord. This is a great...
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. See casting crowns. Hallelujah. Casting crowns, lifting hands. Casting crowns, lifting hands.
Sing to the Savior.
happened before the program, like another day or anything, it was just today. Clap again, encourage them. They are not like choir members in any church, they are just followers that came together a few hours before we started. Great job. Great job. Thank you, Minister Philip, for putting them together. Clap for Minister Philip. We have water, so what I'm going to do, the ushers, maybe some men can help if we have men. Let's help them pass, make sure everybody has a bottle of water. I'm going to bless that water. You don't drink it here, take it with you. It will be for difficult cases. You understand? That's what I heard in my spirit. So I'll bless the water, you take it with you, and then you can drink it when you get home, or sprinkle, or whatever. Make sure everybody gets one. If we have a lot, maybe some people can get an extra. Can people get more than one? Okay, so some people can get two. Online, if you have water, you can also get your water. I just keep hearing for difficult cases. I don't know what this is. So I'll bless that. And meanwhile, I brought some of the dresses that I've worn, the casual long dresses.
I need your t-shirt.
Oh, you didn't get a t-shirt? You guys didn't get this lady one. Danny, do you see how the shirt's with you? Give her one, when you finish. This lady over here. Don't worry, they'll bring it to you, sweetie. Go sit down. Minister Philip, I just feel like singing and worshiping. When I finish, you will let me worship for you. But before I go, God wants me to give you the mic to say something. So get ready. Right? You knew that was coming. Alright, so if you believe there's somebody you want to give one to, now the way this water works, if you don't even get enough oil, you want it again, we can always go back to this video and get some. But I heard for difficult cases, when you guys were giving testimony, talking about water and everything, and then when we finish here, how many of you will stay back to help the ushers so we can clean the church? Ushers, we have trash bags. Okay, we'll just pick out things because they have service in the morning. Even if we rented the place, we still need to keep it in order for them. Thank you, man. You know when you serve in the house of God, you get rewarded? Did you see that video where my girl Christina was giving me yoga? And the angel came and blessed her? So as you guys are serving now, if I told you angels were blessing you, would you believe it? Just because camera is not showing it doesn't mean it's not happening. Thank you, sirs. Thank you. He didn't get a t-shirt. Someone, Danny, give this man a shirt too. I think you need extra large or 2X. Give him one, give that lady one. 2X or something. If you came late and you didn't get a t-shirt, raise up your hand, let them give you one. You have a water? You wait, we're going to take a nice big picture before we leave. That I'll post it at least I've come to Washington DC. Hallelujah. Hi, I see somebody holding 3 bottles. Now when I tell you stand up and hold it now, let me drink. Will you be able to carry all your bottles? You knew that was coming. The people online, do you have your water ready? God bless you, man. It is well with you, What's that? Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah. All right, everybody, has everybody got it? We have some snacks. I bless all the snacks in the name of Jesus. As we are leaving, we can't eat snacks here, but as we are leaving, you can grab a snack or 2 and go. Because we can't eat in the sanctuary. But you can grab it, you can eat out there, or you can take it with you. So if you still have water left, it's okay. Some people will drink later. Alright, stand up everyone. Where's my camera lady? My girls, you guys have had enough blessing on that word. Leave what they do. up your bottle. I'm just gonna, thank you, Father, for reminding me. I heard for difficult cases, and then he showed me angels dipping their hand in your bottle. And he just reminded me what happened. So this will be a little different from the way that I do it. Alright, close your eyes, everybody. Raise it up. Father, even for those online, the camera is supposed to face me so I can bless the water. Because some people are online connecting. Even those that are online. You told me that this water is for difficult cases. And you showed me angels dipping their finger in the water. Now angels, on the count of 3, begin to dip your finger in it. 1, 2, 3. Begin to dip your finger in it. Oh, I feel a strong anointing coming over that water right now. I see angels dipping their fingers in it. Dipping their fingers. Some of you, your bottle will become so hot. Like heat, so much heat will come out of it. Please don't fall. Please, don't fall. Don't fall. This is for difficult cases. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. It says your water has been anointed. In the name of Jesus. I didn't have to pray because angels are supposed to do it this time. And it says they are for difficult cases. So you can drink it when you get home or here and sprinkle some or give somebody in the hospital or somebody that is facing a difficult situation. And you will come back with testimonies. It is done in Jesus' name. You close the bottle and put the thing inside your purse so you don't mix it with your normal water. Some of you, your bottle will be hot. You'll be feeling fire in your bottle. You just put their finger in it. Alright, everybody sit down. Now, I do have some, you know the long dresses I wear? A lot of people like it now. I remember when I first started preaching, I told God, I say I need dresses that I can be comfortable in so that my belly will not be protruding and, you know, because you don't want to be preaching to people and they're looking at your stomach. So that's how God led me to how I got these dresses. But I noticed that I'm having so many, and I noticed that my girls, they like the ones that I've worn, and some people like that. Even when they want to sow a seed to get one, they want the ones that I've worn. Because they believe in the anointing upon my life. Now, I'm not asking you to sow seed or anything, but I brought the ones that I've already worn. It will serve as a mantle. It's not something you wear every day. You wear it when you are led to, or sometimes to sleep. I normally wear the white ones to sleep now, but before I used to wear these ones to sleep. But most of them, open the box. Camera, are you facing them? Don't be blocking my camera. So all the ladies line up. I have a lot. If this box finishes, I have another box. So don't worry. Where's the camera lady? Unfortunately, don't come this way where the camera is. Go that way. I have 2 boxes. It's not gonna finish. Don't worry. We have another box for you if it finishes. Who is taking pictures? So when you take this dress, you will not come through here because we don't want to interfere with our cameras, right? Where's Andrea with the camera? Oh, this man is taking camera. Picture. Why don't you come closer, sir? So that you can take them closer. She should have taken it now. He does better. He's a professional. Okay, collect it. But I collect and go there. I wanted them to do it, but they're not getting what I want, so this was good. I wanted somebody taking picture here. But you guys are all squeezed up there. Move a little bit. This is a one-time thing. We don't do it 2 times. You don't pass here, go that way. They will take you from where they are. Stay here. Andrea, you take pictures of them. Open it up now and you take it. You guys did not do it inside out. You did it outside and I told them what to do, but sometimes they do their own thing. Quickly, don't waste my time. Quick. We don't have much time. Take go, fast. It's too slow.
Just go one fast and keep going.
Yeah, start it. Just start it. Be smiling now when you take the shot. Okay. These are my clothes. And it's free for you. Open it up now. There are different colors. Pick any one you like. I even told my girls to smell my perfume on it. Spray perfume. Just to be sure that it's smelling good. No, stay here.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Which one? You remember some of them? From one video? Alright. Don't worry, when this box empty out.
And go spread it, take the picture.
The very bottom rows are the new ones from the studio. The very last row. The most current ones from the studio.
That's beautiful.
Sorry online, this video is not so clear, but we have a good one that we will show when we get to the studio from the professional camera.
Take it, open it, go that way. I'm just taking the picture.
Don't worry, we still have more, guys. If we finish, we open the second box. Not for kids, though, okay? Just the adults.
Like this.
Some men will be like, why is it always women getting things? I'm a woman, now what do you expect? See, I told you we have enough. I didn't know we had this much people here. It's when you are giving gifts that you will know how many people are here. Some of you came from somewhere, right? The last row, those are new ones that I just started wearing to the studio. Open it up, sweetie. Let my darling take you guys pictures. Quickly. That last row, those ones are very nice. They're new, I have not washed them. The bottom row, all the way at the bottom. This one is nice. You remember that one? The one where the cloud appeared, where Sue took down in the house.
Okay. Anyway.
Is that box almost empty? Wow.
Open it up.
That's a lot of dresses. Oh, hold down, please, hold down. God bless you, ma. You can go that way. You want the what? Okay. Hello, mama.
Yes.
You're 85 years.
From Sierra Leone, about 14th of May. My daughter.
You came from Sierra Leone 14th of May?
Yes.
And your daughter introduced you to the videos?
Yeah.
God bless you. 85 years old.
Her friend invited her today and we both came from Newsville.
For Newsville. Wow, God bless you for coming. Thank you, Mama. God bless you. Wow, all the way from Atlanta. My God. God bless all of you. You got t-shirts, sweetie. And now you got dress. This is so long, but you're gonna wear it anyway, right? All right, so we still have a few in that. When you finish, We opened the net. Oh, that one is so cute.
I like the color.
My God. You're touching all their dresses, tapping everything. Okay, let's open the second box. Put these ones on top of the second one. Move this box away. Where's Dami? Or Mavis or one of my ushers. I'm giving away boxes, but I'll give those to the men. Which man want box? The briefcase or the suitcase? Don't worry, I will give. Don't worry, sit down, I will give you. Not woman, man. Come on, woman, you've gotten so much. Please, if you've taken dress, don't come back again, for another dress. These are all my dresses. Some of you remember some of them in the video, right? As you're looking at them. If you watch my video a lot, you know some of these dresses. Everything. You say you know everything. Oh, you have every video. All right, quickly, sweetie, pick anyone you like. This woman. This way, sweetie. Ohio, you came from Ohio. God bless you, my darling. It's a short one. For somebody that is short. No, we have any short person. How did he become short? Maybe when I watched it, it shrunk. Sweetie, you don't have to take the short one. You can take another one. You like it? Okay. Open it up, guys. Don't worry, Dallas, I'm bringing some for you too. And t-shirts too. This is next Saturday, this Saturday that's coming up. You shall love the Lord that make it all. That's right. You shall love the Lord. Oh my God, that was from my birthday. That make. I used to like that dress a lot. Oh my God. It's old. Is it short? Maybe, you know what, you wash it, it shrinks. Okay, it's long. My birthday last year, you guys remember that one? You shall love him. Amen. The last thing I'll do is to pray for the gifts from the angels. So don't go yet until you receive. Is that the one you like, sweetie? Okay. I've slept in some of them. I've preached so many messages with some of them. So this is from my body to you. Pick anyone. Make it all. Come on, ladies, quick, quick, quick. Camera, you're watching them, right? God bless you, sweetie. Open it up. You shall love the Lord. Sweetie, they'll bring it for you, see? They'll give you one. Point one and they'll give it.
You like it though? I know, right?
Yeah, you have so many now. At least I like that one. You know when you wash it, it shrinks. You have so many blue. That one is so cute, I love it. That one you got. Oh, I like that one too. Okay, zip it up.
That looks good for you.
Every lady got one, right? Okay, close it, Elizabeth. The t-shirts. Transfer some to some and bring 2 boxes, 2 empty boxes for me. No. Mix the t-shirts together. And bring this box here. This is a new box that I just got. But I want to give men something. How many men we got?
How many men we got?
Not so many. So how are you going to leave your house without the suitcase? And you're going home with one. Baby, where are you coming from? Okay, so we're going to have at least 3 or 4 boxes to give away. Sir, come now. You are so excited to get one. It must not pass you by.
Okay.
Ladies, move.
All the cameras are here. Or you want to get your WhatsApp?
You can receive this one.
This one?
Yes.
Thank you.
Take a picture of him to his box. He's posing there, sir. Andrea, you're supposed to stay on this side. Yeah, but mask. Pose with your box, sir. It's from me to you. So, that's right, Papa. You got it. God bless you. Do we have another one coming? Or do we have 2 more coming or 1? We have space to put them? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. In place of dress.
Which other man needs my box? This man is here already. Do you watch the video, sir? Are you sure? We've never seen you before. Eh? You travel a lot, right? So you're going to need it for travel. You come, sir. Come get it. Clap for him. Don't worry, we have 2 more coming. Transfer, guys. I'll take a picture with Sarah. Andrea, I hope you're looking here. This thing. It's beautiful, right? It's brand new. I just got it for the trip. All right. How many more coming, guys? Okay, that's it. God bless you, sir. Let me see if they are bringing anything. How many do we have? They're bringing 2. There's still space for 1 more.
Let me check. I'll be right back. I got something good for myself.
That's mine.
You got what? Oh, it's a perfume. He said you got bonus gift. Okay, so this one. This man is already here. I come and collect this one. I am. Where the picture then? Stand by your box. No other, this is fine. I am. Pose now. At least you guys are getting something. So don't worry, I owe you one. You know I see you all the time. I'll give you one the next time. God bless you. Go ahead, sit down. Clap for Jesus, somebody. Gifts, gifts, gifts. Now when we finish, which will be in about an hour, make sure you don't go unless you take a picture. I'm gonna try to take a picture while everyone is something. God wants me to invite Minister Philip to say something. It's been coming to me. Minister Philip, I already gave you a heads up. Did you need somebody to press that thing? It's gonna be so quiet. You know, Priscilla can go press it. Go do that thing you do in the studio. I mean, have you known Minister Philip? He knows how to play keyboard. Philip, you need somebody that can play or just to press that thing.
I'm going to just press it.
Sir knows how to press it. God bless you, sir. Please hold the kids. We're almost done, okay? All right, Minister Philip, you can use my mic. Clap for Minister Philip somebody. When I was sitting here, God kept telling me that I should invite him to speak. You know I'm led by the Spirit, so... And I'm sure he's not surprised. You want to stay here or here? Whichever way you're comfortable. What do you prefer? All right.
Thank you, sir. It's good to know how to play these things now.
Praise the Lord, everybody.
Hallelujah.
Is there anyone here that's been blessed so far? The thing you must know about God is that God never makes mistakes. Everywhere you find yourself at every given point in time is because God allowed it. That you're here tonight, it's not by mistake, it's because God allowed you to go through that door. And I'm sure somebody in this room has been blessed so far. If you've been blessed, can you give God a shout of praise? I'd like to thank the great woman of God that has been a blessing to every single one of us. I didn't clap, but probably that clap was for me. That was for me, that was okay. But if you want to clap, I want you to clap right and celebrate the great woman of God. If you want to sing, I want you to sing like what you mean. Somebody clap your hands and give God a praise for this great anointed servant of the living God. Amen. You may be seated very quickly, and I'll be out of the way in just 5 minutes. I want to thank you so much. Thank you. There are those that are called door openers. They're called gatekeepers. They have the keys to the gate that you have to go through in life. And until you meet and have contact with them, you will never actually get to achieving or accomplishing the destiny that God has over your head. This great woman of God that you're seeing here, she's not only called the great woman of God, but she's a destiny unlocker. She unlocks people's destinies. She carries the keys to the gates that some of you in this room have to go through. And she has the keys. And in this room on tonight, there are those of you that have had contact with her, and those of you that have watched her from time. This is how you know someone that carries keys to a gate. When you meet with them, your life changes in a minute. When you meet with someone that is a gatekeeper, or someone that is carrying the keys to your destiny, something immediately happens to you. Something quick is inside of you. How many of you that have had contact with her, your dreams have changed? That's because she's carrying the keys to your destiny. And until you meet with such people and you have contact with them and your destiny is unlocked, your eyes will not be open. And for some people, they don't get speed and access to what God has already given to them because they have not located what we're popularly known as destiny helpers. And tonight, we just want to celebrate you for unlocking the keys, unlocking with the keys God has given to you, the destinies of so many people. There is something I know in this room, and I was sitting down there, and the Lord was just speaking to me. There is something I know in this room, and with what she's doing. I remember, whilst I was playing there, a story of some very great and powerful servants of God in times of old and not too long. And one of the things I remembered was that she's pouring right now, but she's also pouring into seeds that will be great. Listen to this. Abraham could not achieve the blessing that God spoke over him unless there was an Isaac. And greatness will be extremely great if you, that is a seed that she's pouring into, become great. The proof of her greatness is that you that is poured into are great. What is the point of being great if you don't have proof? They say that Christianity without proof is fake. So there has to be a proof. So if I come, this is why Jesus, every single moment of the time, he said, even if you don't believe me, believe the very that I do. Because you see them. Believe me for the works, because everyone that is loaded as a Christian has to produce results. And the result of the greatness that is seen in her after she is gone is that you will be great. And whilst I was sitting there, God, He just kept telling me that there are people in this room, that are people that will be connected to her, that will be great men and women of God. This means that you will take territories, you will take nations, you will take cities for the Lord just because you sat under her ministry. By this time next year, by this time 2 years to come, by this time sometime in the future, we'll be saying, this man was great. We saw Janelle. She's one of the greatest women of God, and she will tell you it was because she sat under the ministry of the great woman of God. We say some of you are great. You're great to be doing stuff. Some of you in this room will be president of nations only because you sat under a ministry. I like to say this very quickly in closing. And then I'll pass the mic very quickly. I was sitting there and the Lord started to give me a little description of a baby. When you're pregnant and you deliver a baby, a little baby, the baby has to be a baby first, right? And then from baby they become toddlers, is that correct? Yes. And then from toddlers to adolescents, is that right? Am I right? Yeah. To what? And then from adolescents to teenagers, and then to adults. Young adults, and then young adults, anyway. And the Lord brought that to me because He wanted me to throw this in somebody's spirit. And the Christian walk is the same way. When you first give your life to Christ, you are a baby today. But there is a need for growth. You have to grow. If you don't hunger and thirst after growth, you will not grow. The Lord was reminding me, it said, if you have someone that is 20 years old and is still taking feeding bottle, taking milk through a feeding bottle, you can agree with me that that's a major problem. They got to see a doctor, correct? Now, some people have been believers for maybe 5 years, and what it is that you're still feeding milk when you're supposed to have outgrown that level. And it said to me that you've been able to receive the Lord as your personal Savior. You received the baptism of the Holy Spirit. Now it's time to grow to another level. You can't stay on one level. You have to grow. You have to grow. You have to desire growth. You have to desire growth. Because in desiring growth and you're growing, that's where you have absolute dominion. So if a demon walks in your door, you don't have to call the woman of God every now and then. You can wake up and slap that devil all by yourself. One of the people I was working with called me and she said, there's this woman here, she wanted me to pray for the person. And y'all heard the woman of God, she gave a testimony one time like that, where she said she had a call and she was directing the person to Bishop. You remember that story? And I said to her, I said, you don't have to call me. She came to you because I wanted you to pray for her. What is it? If she's sick, they slap the sickness out of her. That's a spirit. That's an infirmity that is sponsored by the spirit of sickness. Now deal with that devil. That's why they came to you. Slap that devil, let it go. But if you've not grown, then it's a problem. So God is desiring growth from every single person that is sitting in this room. One of the most fascinating things for me that I've ever seen is that it didn't take the woman of God. It took her 2 years, maybe 2 years or 3 years, what it takes some of us 30 years to do. It took her 2 years, 3 years to be able to do what she's doing. So none of us in this room have an excuse. You agree with me tonight? So there is a need for growth. Within the next 1 year, you should not be here. You should do exploits for the Lord. How many of you in this room getting ready to slap some devils up tonight? I said, how many of you in this place are getting ready to make sure the devil doesn't come at the door? Let me give this testimony real quick. I was in the shower between 2 days now. I had a problem with my eyes. I noticed that for a long time I was confessing negative. Every time I look at a sheet of paper, I mean, it was like a joke. Every time I look at a piece of paper, I look at it and pull the piece of paper out. I say, I can't see this thing is too far. So I look at it, and I was making fun of myself because my dad, before he passed on, he had glasses, and it was a little old, and so every time he pulled the glasses down a little bit and looked through the glasses, you all know what I'm talking about? And he would look at whatever is given to him to read. So I noticed that I could not see little handwriting very properly. So over time, I'll be like, this thing is too small, I can't see it. But what I did know, and the Spirit of God said to me when I was in shower, was I was confessing what would happen that I should not have confessed. And so because I repeated it over and over again, eventually I could not see little writings anymore. Now it affected me. And so now I'm trying to study the Bible. I'm writing 2 books and I can't see what I'm writing. And I'm trying to study and I can't see. I said, oh, I didn't know this was going to turn back and write me. And now it's affecting my study time. I was in the shower. The Spirit of God said to me, you can speak to this devil, like the verse said. Now I changed my language. I said, now you devil of short-sightedness or long-sightedness, whatever it is, I said, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you. It's time not to go. I got out of the shower, came out, looked, and it was gone. That's because I am not too fake, too solid for the devil to come across my vicinity. You dare not even come across, because the things that are in my head that I've been loaded with, you can't come close. But I had to speak to it, and that comes with growth. Tonight, I'm stirring up your spirit because it's time for growth. Because what the woman of God is doing is stirring every single one of us in the room so that you can be a hand, a arm. In Delaware, you are a arm, so that when you walk in the street, something is bubbling on the inside of you. You can see a cripple in the street and slap that guy to get up and walk. You can see someone blind and lay hands on them and they will see. One of the guys called me last night. We couldn't sleep because there was a word that was deposited in the room. As soon as the word was deposited, the guy said, I can't sleep. He called me and we spoke for some hours. What were we talking about? He said, we would not see another soul die and go to hell. What was it? There was something we saw in DC. People are queuing 3 a.m. in the morning to get in the club during the cold time. People cannot queue to go to church at 3 a.m. What is it? There is something controlling. And I said, well, it's time to pray. And we decided together to stay in prayers for as long as we can, 4 times a day. And break in the ranks of the spirit that hold, that spiritual hold that is holding these people. Something is controlling them. Why? You see, long queue, they are in queue. The backside is even pushing them off, but they don't want to get out because something is pushing them to go queue at 3 a.m. in the morning in the club. And you tell someone come to church, they're not ready. You and I are stretched arms. Wherever you are, you have to carry the spirit that is driving. It's the spirit of God. Don't leave this room and let what you got die in this room. Carry it with you. Be stirred up. Take what you have to another level. Seek growth by all means. Gather. Soak yourself in the word. David said, I esteem your word more than my daily meal. Eat the Bible. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. In 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, your life will explode like nothing else. Stand with me. Stand with me. Stand up with me. Lift your right hand and say what's that? Say this with me. Say, I receive.
I receive
the power. Not just to hear.
Not just to hear.
But to do.
But to do.
So I receive the power.
I receive the power.
To do your commandments.
Your commandments.
To act in your instruction. In the name of Jesus. Glory to God.
Hallelujah. God bless you.
Praise the Lord. Somebody clap for Jesus. Thank you so much. That was powerful. Minister Philip, I keep hearing that I need to play keyboard for 5 minutes. Is it ready for me?
Yes.
Is there a mic there?
Yes.
Let me just play. It keeps coming. Let me just play and sing one small worship. Is that okay? Now when I finish, I release the angels to give you gifts. And then we share the grace and then we'll take 9 picks. We have done 12 hours. Hallelujah. Yeah. Oh, I haven't released that. There's mic there, that works. Okay, I'll use this mic. Alright, get my purse. This is the kind I have in the studio. This is different, right? Is it on strings, the background? It doesn't sound like one, but let's manage. Where's the volume? So the angels taught me how to play keyboard. And it's true. Not like you guys are very good. And then they taught me how to sing. Somebody come and hold this mic in my mouth. Where's the volume here? This keyboard is old looking. Mine is new. I don't know what volume is. Minister Philip, show me volume. Here, sir. Is it gonna work? You have to make it work from here. Is this the same thing? Yeah. Praise the Lord! Hallelujah. Is somebody shouting hallelujah? Why is the bass so bad? Why is it? So badly. Is that the same one I played? It sounds different. How come my keyboard is better? Is there background? Doesn't sound like the same. It looks bad. It makes it bad. But that is you alone are worthy to be praised. Oh my God. God bless you. Have you been blessed? Yes! Look at that. It doesn't sound like my keyboard in this. I don't know what minute I feel it was good and it did something. He messed it up. Where is he? And I mean, you messed up the keyboard. You removed the thing that makes it strings. It became something else.
I just changed it on there.
Yeah, but now it didn't sound like string. This is... Why are you doing like that? And I was set in the spirit.
We worship you, Lord.
worship the Lord. Just say thank you. Wave your hand.
They keep going like 2 minutes. Wherever you are. The brujiga na bestiete la romadia na kandu di kindira sienda. Ibrina kuskindi na na do mariti kandere to ulira. Brina dina to tikrijiga na ibrina no tiara na. Ibrina kundigra de bruski tiara na. Ibrina kadu tiara ne no kudia. Dere mundi kadu tiara. Yeah. go. And it's like, you just came here. Please give us a few minutes, we'll soon finish. Thank you, Pastor. I know. He says, no, Pastor. Don't worry, keep speaking. I'm not stopping you. But you so finish now. Thank you, Jesus. Just thank God for 1 minute. Just tell him thank you for all he has done. This 12-hour service, sometimes there are some programs you go, it's 3 hours a day. So that's 4 hours, 4 programs in 1 day. Or 4 hours a day, that's 3 programs in 1 day. Or 2 hours a day, you just have 6 programs in 1 day. You have received the Lord. So just thank him for the grace to do 12 hours. Some of you, before you started watching my videos, you couldn't even stay in church for 2 hours. Now look at you, since morning till now. You are looking fresh like you just got here. Clap for Jesus. We just want to say, Baba. Father, let's sing it one last time and we'll share the grace. We just want to say, Baba, oh, we just want to say, Baba. In Jesus' name. And I thank you for all you have done. Thank you for even the more things you will do as they go home. Because you came here today, I use you as a point of contact to bless and free all of your family members. In the name of Jesus. You are blessed, you have received. And no devil will snatch what you have received from you. In the name of Jesus. No spirit will wait outside to collect from you. Holy Ghost fire on them. And clear the way for you so you can go peacefully in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father. Let's share the grace and fellowship. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now forever. Amen. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives. And we shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Let's take a group pic with a t-shirt. Don't go. A group pic. Remove your jackets. Come to enough. Thank you so much. We like this church. Come on, clap for the people of this church. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. God told me this was a gift for me. And I see it as a gift. So let's line up here and take a picture, a group picture.
Andra, face the audience. Come on, come on, come on. Andra, how far can your camera stretch?
Off the stage.
Or where is a better place for a group picture? You're not allowed up here, so we can't come up here. Let me come up here. Okay, some of you, where's my person?
It's right.